Hello everyone, welcome to Tenderfoot Survival here on YouTube. Our goal is to teach you the most basic of survival techniques. Things that will help you survive for a night outdoors, or away from home in a personal emergency, or even some kind of disaster. These videos are not for seasoned professional preppers. They're for beginners and regular people who don't have any experience in a survival situation. Today's topic is basic EDC, everyday carry. What is EDC? Everyday carry is a mindset of preparedness and a set of items that you keep with you on a daily basis. The most important thing about EDC is carrying these items with you every day, every time you leave your house. Again, this video is the starting point. Items that everyone should have at a bare minimum. Some important things to remember. Your gear does not have to be expensive as long as it is decent quality. You need to be comfortable with carrying it, and you need to be comfortable using it. It has to be with you. And finally, make sure you know your local and state laws regarding any knives or other weapons that you may carry. Now let's take a look and see what's included in a very basic EDC setup. First off is a phone, knife, a lighter or fire implement, a wallet, a flashlight, a pen and notepad, a watch, and keys. A cell phone is really kind of self-explanatory. There's only a few people out there who don't have some kind of mobile communication device. On a side note, I salute those people who live quiet, uninterrupted lives. One thing you may want to do, however, is keep a spare battery with you, or have one of those power banks that you can plug into your phone in case you're not near a source of power. Next up we have our knife. Again, check your local and state laws before carrying any knife. Believe it or not, there's places in America, the land of the free, where pocket knives are illegal unless you're a tradesman, Philadelphia being one of them. Knives that you carry should be useful, size appropriate, and kept sharp and in good condition. A dull knife doesn't do you any good. Also, you probably don't need a 12-inch fixed blade knife on your everyday travels. A small folding pocket knife is fine. I personally carry a Camillus task knife, which has a 3¼ inch blade, a seatbelt cutter, and a window glass punch. So you've got the assisted opening, and it was $16 at Walmart. Next up we have our lighter, or fire implement. At some point you may need to find yourself making a fire, melting something. There's a million uses for a lighter. There's nothing more reliable or trusty than the old Bic. Keep one in your desk, one in your car, one on your person. You can get a 5-pack anywhere for a couple bucks. A secondary means of fire that I always carry with me is a 2-inch ferrocerium rod that I keep on my key ring. This is a mini version of the big ones you would carry in a bug-out bag or some kind of get-home bag, but you use this to make sparks. As far as wallets, you don't need a 2-inch thick super wallet with 16 credit cards and every receipt for the last 3 years stuffed in it. Think minimalist. You really need more than 1 or 2 credit cards, your ID, your carry permit, and an insurance card or 2. I use a small bifold wallet which has 6 card slots and an opening to stick some folded cash in. Leather's pretty firm, decent quality for the cost. It's even got the RFID blocking if that's one of your concerns. That was $18 on Amazon. Like I said, cheap but functional. Next up we have our flashlight. Why on earth would you need a flashlight? Well, it tends to get pretty dark every night, pretty much everywhere, unless you live above the Arctic Circle. A flashlight doesn't have to be able to light up the clouds overhead. You don't need to be able to signal, alien spacecraft, but it should be bright enough so you can see 50 to 100 feet in front of you. It doesn't have to be huge. You don't have to carry a 3-cell mag light. Personally, I carry a Streamlight Stylus Pro. It's basically a pen light. It's very light, about the size of a Sharpie marker. It's got tail cap operation for momentary on, and also if you click it, it stays on, and it's got a nice little clip on it. Pretty solid aircraft aluminum. Next up, we have our pen and notepad. If you're like me and you were in the military, you understand the importance of having a pen and paper at all times. Even in civilian life, everyone eventually needs to write something down. It's too long to type in your phone. Personally, I recommend ballpoint pens. They're a dime a dozen, they're cheap, they don't smudge as easily as those gel pens. If you really want to get crafty, get a pencil, a little golf pencil, or some of those grease pencils from the military used to have. They'll never dry out on you. In addition, get an all-weather notepad. This is an off-brand I picked up at Walmart called Weather Max. It's basically the same as the Write in the Rain notepads. Indispensable. Next up, we have our watch. I'm not an expensive watch guy. The most expensive watch I have is one of those Fitbits, because I like to see how fast my heart beats. If you want to spend tons of money on a watch, go right ahead. My $30 Casio Wave Scepter tells me the same time as your $350 chronograph. Now my watch band is broken, I'm waiting for another one to come in. Of course, I use a digital watch for simplicity's sake with 24-hour military time. I think my next watch is going to be a Timex Expedition Scout. They look nice, they're only $40, and I want to go back to analog, back to basics. Last but not least, your keys. Always remember your keys. Carry only the keys you actually need and use. You don't need every key from every lock from your entire lifetime. We all know a guy like this. He's got 50 keys, he doesn't know what any of them open anymore. You need some kind of attachment point to your keys. Some kind of clip, carabiner, 550 cord, anything that keeps you from leaving them around, letting them get stolen. Like I said, I only keep a couple keys on here. I keep the house keys, a mailbox key, gun safe, the vehicle keys, and one or two others. The other keys I don't use stay at home. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, I also have a small ferro rod on there in case I need to make fire. So let's recap and summarize what we went over today. This is only the most basic of setups. You can and you should build from here. I didn't mention personal firearms since this video is meant for all ages. For those of you who are under 18, please be extra sure of where you can and can't take your knife, as well as lighters. I know schools are pretty tough about those sorts of things these days. Don't want to see yourself get suspended. Your gear is only as useful if you have it with you. Keep your everyday carry items together when they are not on your body. Find one of those little bowls, something by the door, in your kitchen table, wherever you keep that stuff, keep it all together. I hope this video has given you a basic understanding of the bare minimum essentials of everyday carry. Thank you for watching, and I hope you continue your preparedness journey. There are links below for the gear shown in this video, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that thumbs up button if you learned something today. Thank you, and see you next time.